Julian Guyan 9511 says, "Is this a sequel to Link's Awakening? Like after he woke up from that dream?" I don't know.
Whoa!
It's a viable
Could be
possibility.
Why not?
I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll just be like, I don't think they're gonna. We've already said this, I think, in our reaction video, but I don't think they're gonna get too hung up on timeline lore.
I hope
but I think
not.
I think it'll be heavily
Good.
implied if you care about the lore that it takes place in that downfall timeline range, just because it's like set in those
It's got
that comparable Hyrules, I guess. You know what I mean? Like it's got similar overworld, but I don't even know if it'll be like there will be all the Easter eggs and stuff like that, but I don't think it's going to be like explicitly like a sequel to anything. That's how I feel, at least.
I could see that be, not a direct sequel, but I could see that being the case where if they answer ever, they could just be like, oh, this is like after Link gets back to Hyrule from Link's Awakening, sometime after that. Or they could just be like, this is in that world, but just like later, way later.
For me, if the game were to open on a very beautifully hand-drawn anime-style opening, like they did with Link's Awakening 2019.
Oh, we get Zelda in that style? That would be cool.
I'm going to be like, straight up, it's a sequel. I'm just going to, in my head, I'm like, boom, that's a sequel. Mm-hmm. But also, I really hope they do that because that is like the most beautiful opening that they've ever done. And I would love to see.
We get Zelda and Ganon in that style? That would be incredible.
It'd be super cool.
What, you were going to say something, right?
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing that this makes me think is that it evokes A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds more so than Link's Awakening. Like they share an art style, but could it be a sequel? Sure, but I don't put like a lot of stock into that.
Yeah,
I don't think Nintendo really
cares
to place this in a particular spot.
I think we're gonna see a similar thing.
They will. Probably. They're gonna wait till it comes out. They're gonna wait a few weeks, and then they're just gonna say in some interview, "Yeah, it's probably like here."
And then retcon it like
1,000 years later.
I think they'll say something similar to Breath of the Wild, but where they'll be like, "Yeah, it's after like A Link to the Past and all those games." Well, we're gonna see things in it that are contradictory, like in Breath of the Wild, where it doesn't go anywhere. Like those, like things that are on different timelines, because that's like you were saying, they don't care too much. I think so. Like I mean, the Deku Tree is kind of in all of them, but like it had I think we're gonna see other Easter eggs like that are just that, like them just putting different elements from the series into the game, regardless of if they've existed in any sort of timeline before. But
what was the question?
I don't know. Is this a sequel to Link's Awakening?
Okay. I was like,
I feel like it's gonna be most similar to A Link Between Worlds in that way, because when that came out and was revealed, it was like, oh, this is like A Link to the Past world, but it's clearly like some other time. And then it was the same thing after that release. They were just like, yeah, it's in there, but just like later. Mm-hmm. I feel like they're gonna do the same thing. Just gonna be like, yeah, it's in that area, but just later. What if we get some other time?
What if like straight up like Hilda and Ravio are in this?
That would be crazy.
I'd be all for it.
We've got their color in there.
Yeah, the purple's in there.
I would love that.
They go to purple a lot though,
Yeah.
Purple bad.
You go
purple dark side.
Either purple evil or purple royal.
Purple magic.
Purple royal.
Purple's a very good weird magic color.
Yeah. So do we rate this answer? Not the question. We're rating our answer. No, maybe.
Mine is a solid.
Like there. Yeah.
I'm gonna go like here.
For the thumbnail.
We got pose.
Was that good? That was good.
McKenna snuck in. Okay. Good question.
Yeah.
It's from Corey Plays YT. Corey Plays YouTube. I just hope the new president of Nintendo will still continue a game after Tears of the Kingdom. Like, do we mean like a straight up sequel?
I'm done with that series.
Does not
give us something new. Don't continue the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom story. Let it be done. Let's do something new. We're already seeing Echoes of Wisdom.
I do have a comment. There is one thing that I could enjoy. Well, that's not even true. I could still enjoy that world for a while, but I still want a game where you're just like, it's just more like a side game where you're just repairing things in the world, rebuilding, not fighting evil, just like vibing.
You work for rebuilding. The construction company and you go
you're
around.
Just doing Terrytown over and over again.
The game exists in our hearts. It's crops and fields. What is it? Fields of potato, crops
of potato, crops and seeds. No, seeds and seeds. Crops and seeds. That's it. Fields of potato, crops and seeds.
That's perfect.
I'm a little confused by this question. Do they mean the current president of Nintendo?
Yeah,
Furukawa?
No, that's NOA.
Yeah, they mean Furukawa, right? It's Shuntaro Furukawa. And he's been president since 2018. So, like, they did continue it after Breath of the Wild. Like,
is that his choice?
Yeah, it was Tears of the Kingdom.
Maybe this is harkening back to when people were saying, "Oh, the Tears of the Kingdom, their most profitable game is the last Zelda game."
Yeah, where'd that rumor come from? People were saying this is the last Zelda game. It's like, why?
That's not happening.
No,
I think them making another Zelda game, likely.
Yeah, guys, what do we think about them making another Zelda game?
Them making one in the world of Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild.
I hope
probably not.
I hope they never make one in that world again. As much as I
I agree. I don't want to see that.
No, if they were to make side games, like McKenna's talking about, I would be so down for that. But Nintendo will not do that.
Yeah,
I would be okay.
I think that's the truth.
If they give it to an indie dev, and it's not in the same, like, obviously it would not be in the same system that they have Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in. But if it was still that kingdom in an indie art style made by an indie studio that is a building game, Animal Crossing style. Cool. I would be so down for that, but I don't think Nintendo's going to touch it.
They could pull Age of Calamity and give someone else the assets from Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
and be like, hey, make
just in a different engine.
Give an indie.
I thought you were going to go on with that Age of Upheaval nonsense that some people
Age of Upheaval
are.
I don't even know what that is.
Talking about.
You get the small time period from the upheaval when Link is
I was just thinking like how they gave them, for Age of Calamity, like be like, here's our assets, like make a farming sim or something like that.
I don't like if they do. The only thing that I would be cool with them carrying over, besides like the engine, because they're gonna keep the engine, they're gonna do stuff with that engine. That's what they should do. But that doesn't mean anything about like what the game looks. Or any, or where it's set or anything like that.
The physics of the system.
I specifically don't want it to be in that kingdom, that world. Like I'm so done with that world. Two is a lot for how big that world is and how similar it is. There's no reason to go back to that world.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I like if they did a like another 3D Zelda game, a new 3D Zelda game that's even in that art style, but is just in a different world. I'd be like, yeah, sick.
Give us some Majora's Mask situation.
I would really like Link's crossbow training, but in the Tears of the Kingdom world.
No, you're totally right.
Sick.
Floating around the ring ruins and like the targets are popping out and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Or then you're like, they could have the, they do the boss fights. You could be in the middle of Hyrule Field. Or wherever the desert shooting Moldugas still, or
catch us next summer with Shadow Drop Link's Crossbow Training 2 during the Zelda Dungeon
before.
I think so.
I think years ago we said that was a thing. We
Crossbow
confirmed
Training
it.
2 They're working on it still.
All right, well,
they delayed it.
We made something out of that question. I say thumbs up to her Furukawa, Doug Bowser, whoever is out there making Zelda.